Hey guys, it's Sunday, February 10th, 2013. This is Getting Fit with the Facts, and today's topic is Jeanie. Your DNA has information to help you control your weight. Since the last video we shot about 2 weeks ago, I'm down about 5 pounds, and as of this morning at 249, which puts me underneath that magical number of 250. And of course that means I'm over halfway through the journey from 300 down to 200, and I'm looking to get below 200 at some point in time, next couple of months. Things are going really, really well. That means I total, since the time I started in September of 2011, I've lost 143 pounds. And it's a new year. Everybody's back in the gym. They're working on stuff. You see them and they're sweating and going at it. And what I'm going to talk about today is the reason why a lot of them were kind of missing the boat. I got some information recently from a business associate, a nutritionist, Dr. Chet Zelasko. And you can see down below, I have a link to his webpage there. A lot of great information. He has their dietary and nutritional stuff for women and men, for kids, everybody, older people, younger people, whatever you're trying to do. And some information that he came out with, stuff that he's looked up and found on the internet, is that the most important thing that you do to control your weight and to get fit is actually, number one, is the quantity of food you eat. How many calories you eat more than anything else is going to determine your success in taking off the pounds. Okay, about 60% of your success is going to be dependent upon that. Now the second thing is the quality of the food you're eating. If you're eating food that is very simple carbohydrates, stuff that's broken down, donuts, cake, it's been processed, it's been milled, things that have gone through the middle part of the grocery store. We'll talk about that later, but that's food's not going to help you as much as the food from the perimeter of the grocery store, the more natural whole foods, and that's about 25% of your success with trying to lose weight. The third thing, and finally we get to the third thing, is exercise. And that comes in at a whopping 10%. So, and you hear the guys in the gym talk about that, you see it in magazines, they'll say, your body is made in the kitchen, your strength and success and your power, it comes in the gym. So if you want to get that body where you want it to look like, you got to take care of that with the food first, exercise comes third, and then actually fourth comes in with what other supplements you may take. Now they will add up over time in helping you fine tune and tweak out your diet, but they are actually the fourth most important thing and only 5% of the sum total. Now, based upon that then, you come to the conclusion quite easily that what you eat is, and what you're putting in your body is super, super important. The question is, how do you decide? There's so many diets we talked about in the last video on this subject about a year ago, that it's very confusing for the average person. Well, what I did was I took a DNA test from Interleukin Genetics out of somewhere up in Boston, Massachusetts. And the website that they actually promote and actually do their testing through is called Inherent Health. I took the DNA test, and basically it came back with some information that helped me understand how my DNA, how my genes affected my ability to process certain types of food, certain macronutrients. Now, because today's video, I decided to call it Jeanie because we're going to be talking about your genes, but I also wanted to take this time to actually show something. This is actually a sweater that I was wearing back in the day when I was at 392. Pretty big. If you hold it, it comes all the way out to there, and according to my wife, it actually, when she saw me wearing this one time, it actually fit me pretty well. Well, that's the top. But here are the jeans that I was wearing back then. These are size 58 Levi 501s. Probably the only pair in the world. I don't know who made these or whatever. I found them on eBay back in the day because I wanted some 501s and I was tired of the fact I just couldn't wear them anymore. So as you can see, there's a slight difference. These are 58s, 58 inches around. Now, as of this week, I am wearing size, get that in the camera or not, size 36-inch Levi 501s, and feeling pretty good about it. I'm jacked because I love my 501 blue jeans. So the question comes down, what does the test actually do for you? Well, first of all, the test is so simple. It's painless. You sign up for it, they send it to you, you take it, rub some brushes in your mouth, you mail it off to them. they will send you the results back, and the results come back in this book form. Now today I'm going to cover half of what is in this book. I'm just going to cover the diet aspect, but there actually is another side of it which actually comes down to how you should be exercising. But basically, this book is compiled specifically for your DNA combinations. So in my case, I am a carb reducer. So it means I am someone who benefits from a diet that doesn't eliminate carbohydrates, but does reduce them, cut them back a bit. And for example, as a carb reducer, to manage my weight more effectively, I could benefit from a diet that cuts carbs back, and also reducing calories as well, because again, that is the most important thing. Don't panic, you don't need to cut carbs from your diet entirely. And the complex carbs are better than simple carbs, and that's why I'm now eating a lot of fresh vegetables and whatnot. It even shows a bit of a grid here that shows from my DNA balance what percentage of my carbs each day should come from carbs, what percentage should come from fat, and what percentage should come from protein. Now you may think, well, I don't want to count this stuff, I don't want to have to sit down and figure it out. Well, the cool thing is you don't really have to. If you just keep a log of what you eat, it comes with free access to a database that has something like 125,000 foods in it. And if you have a food or a meal that you want to put together, it's not in there, you can actually add it to the database. So every time you make that meal, that food, it is quick, easy. You just click one button, bang, you add it in. And the database will, day by day, time by time, calculate out the number of grams of those 3 macronutrients that you're eating, and also the percentage of your diet, and it will turn them green on the screen when you're on target and doing a really good job. It also gives you some suggestions on what you can substitute out to make your diet work for you better. All of this information is in there. It's super easy to use. In addition to that, you actually get a free phone call to the company to have them help you get things rolling and get things started. Next time we're going to be talking about the other half of the test, which tells you what kind of workouts to do. So I'm Eddie Facks, remind you to come back and get fit with the facts. See you next week.